From the BBC, being gay made it harder to get gambling support. When Ben Howard first walked into a casino, he was 17 and had just come from his first visit to a gay disco. Well, la-di-da. Now you might think, Bootneck, why are you reading us a screen cap that you put on Twitter instead of just reading us the article? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because when I tried to click the story after sitting down, I went to the gym and a few hours later, I thought I'd cover this piece. I couldn't find it, no matter how hard I looked. So I typed in a few keywords from the story and clicked the BBC website, and it turns out it's disappeared. Why would they do that? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because that horrible, tawdry, weaselly, thieving little lowlife that I just showed you a picture of is the bad guy in this story. He's the villain. He robbed pensioners. Is there anything worse than that? I mean, kids and pensioners are the two people that we really do think are, worthy of our protection. It's why a Somalian who rodgers a 20-year-old woman in an alley at knife point is slightly higher in our estimation than a kiddie fiddler, because there's actually, there's rungs on the ladder of deviancy. And this fella, this piece of shit, robbed a load of pensioners, and then the BBC made it out like he's the poor innocent victim because he's raving. So I can't read you the original BBC piece, but I'll read you this nice bit from the Daily Mail that I found that covers most of it. And obviously I'll insert some of my crass juvenile humour as we read along. So stay tuned. Right then, here's the original screen cap that I posted. As you can see, you can only read the first 4 paragraphs there. It says, when he walked into a casino, he capped it off. I want to know what he was doing before he capped the night off. That suggests something good happened before it. Well, I think I know what happened. I think he left a little bit crusty, Mr. Howard. Anyway, he put 20 quid into a slot machine and he won £1,000. And it started a journey which led to addiction, ruin, homelessness and prison. But how did Howard's sexuality play a part in the suffering he experienced due to gambling? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We've known for a very long time that if you're brown or you've got a beard, you're a bit of a beardy weirdy and you like, showing the world your arse from a daft rug in the big Golden Bell End church, or you're a regular at the snack bar. If you're anywhere on the victim pyramid, the BBC goes easy on you, done. They'll cover fire if you're a diddler. They'll hide elements of your crime to try and make you sound better than you are, or they'll cover it up altogether. Or in this case, they'll find out that a devious, thieving, lying sack of rats who robbed pensioners, the lowest of the low, you'll find out that he occasionally likes gobbling blokes off, and all of a sudden, he's the victim, and Ethel, the 88-year-old woman who got robbed, she's the oppressor, because she once had the audacity to quietly whisper under her breath to Hilda,
I've heard he's a bit of a fudge pagger, this lad.
Brilliant. Yeah, they're the baddies, he's the good guy. Cheers, BBC. Let's see if the Daily Mail did us a solid and saved any more of it, shall we? Their version of events, far more factual than the BBC's, is as follows. The BBC has removed an article that suggested a care home boss stole 250 grand from nice, innocent pensioners after finding it hard to get help for his gambling addiction because he was raving. Yeah, readers reacted with fury after convicted fraudster, liar, thief, pensioner robber Ben Howard was portrayed as the victim. He was jailed in 2024 for 3 years and 4 months, a paltry sum, a paltry sentence for a man who purposely, deviously robbed pensioners. I'm sure you and I would say 10 years is about fair for such a evil, despicable, detestable crime. But in an article published by the licence payer-funded organisation, Howard said he felt judged when he went to get help for his addiction a year before he first committed the crimes. Unbelievable. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? In the UK, which is like so woke on a state level that anything to do with the government, the NHS, any of those systems in place is aggressively, militantly woke. Do you honestly think the bloke doing the psychology, working for the NHS, presumably, an NHS professional, an educated member of the great and the good. Do you honestly think they sat him on the couch and said, tell me then, Mr. Howard, have you ever sucked a delicious cock? Have you? Because if you have, I'm not having that. You're not getting any help. You go back to the filthy gay disco with you. No, that's not what happened, is it? That's not what happened. Definitely not. If anything, the more likely to give him help for his addictions because he's not the dreaded straight white man. We all know this is true. The bottom rung, the very bottom rung of the ladder is the dreaded straight white man. This isn't up for debate anymore. They've been pissing on us for 20 years. We're all sick of hearing it. So don't you dare tell me that you were mistreated because you were a raver in England in the 2020s, you lying, thieving bastard. And why would a bloke that robs pensioners not tell lies about this? Think about it. He's a professional fraudster, you dopey twats. BBC Sussex posted a link to the story on X, but it was inundated with negative comments. He stole money from vulnerable pensioners. The man isn't a victim, he's a thief. Yes, a lying, thieving, devious, horrible, pensioner-targeting thief. After removing the article, the BBC posted the following statement on its corrections and clarifications page. It wrote, "We posted an online article about a gay man who said he felt unable to access gambling addiction services and some research into others who felt similar. The article did not meet our editorial standards." You haven't got any editorial standards, BBC. They're non-existent. It included the man's criminal offending, but did not provide sufficient context or take account of the likely impact on victims of his contribution. We have removed the article from the website. He's a lying, thieving sack of rats, and everybody knows it, except for the employees at the world's worst taxpayer-funded media organisation, the Pro Diddler, statues of them on the front of the building, lamentable organisation, formerly known as the BBC, now known as the taxpayer-funded Diddler Protection Agency. It's unbelievable. So yeah, there you go. You can share this with people now. Show them what the BBC gets up to. Let the general public make their own minds up about this horrible, sleazy, slimy sack of shit. And yeah, there we go. If, like me, you think the BBC should be not just defunded, but reduced to rubble, then the rubble thrown into a volcano, then the entire area concreted over and turned into something less embarrassing, like a modern art masterpiece of a 200-foot cock, let me know in the comments, all right? Thanks for tuning in. See you all later. Toodle pip. Cheers.